Huh?
The protection system in Islam consists of takaful ijtimai, daman ijtimai, and ta'min ijtimai. The social protection system in Islam focuses on ensuring that all members of society receive their basic essential needs such as food, healthcare, shelter, and dignity. In addition, it is a system that involves the responsibility of all parties, individuals, families, communities, and the state to help the weaker groups such as the poor and needy. The social protection system is based on the principles of justice, basic human needs, and solidarity in order to safeguard the welfare of fellow Muslims.
Alright, so I'm gonna talk about challenge of social security in Islam. Terrorism cannot be analyzed in itself because it is not an objective but a tool. Certain groups and persons resort to violence in order to achieve their goals, thereby generating fear among the civilian populations. The perception of terrorism is also controversial. A person who is considered a terrorist by one side is often regarded as a freedom fighter by the other side. Terror always followed my humanity throughout its history, and various organizations and groups use it to further their agenda. In Europe, there were periods where terror was a part of everyday life. For example, just a few decades ago in Northern Ireland, the Basque Country, Italy, or the Federal Republic or Germany. And the second one is integration problems and rise of false anti-Muslim sentiments. Rejection of immigration has been present in Europe for many decades, and it is a definitive topic in the program of many right-wing radical parties. After Islamic threat began to dominate the discourse about Islam in the West in the first half of the 90s, the focus of anti-immigration groups shifted towards Muslim and anti-migration sentiment turned into anti-Muslimism in many places. Anti-Muslimism seems to be an adequate term, as in this case it is not necessarily Islam as a religion that is being targeted, but with some simplifications, ethnicized Muslim Islam is considered to be predominantly a culture which in the essentialist and culturist interpretation of culture determines the behavior of a certain group of people, in this case Muslim, lending it a specific character that sets it markedly apart from other groups of people. And the last one is social security traits. A young Muslim who were born in Europe and belong to the second or third generation suffer from a certain kind of identity crisis. They have already lost contact with the original country of origin of their parents, grandparents, and its culture, which is no longer part of their identity as they were born and raised in Europe, and they speak the local language as their native language. At the same time, they were unable to integrate into the society of the majority, which had serious reservation about them from the start. This may be due to their own fault or the fault of the hosting society, but the most likely answer is that both are true. They become ruthless and frustrated, which is further intensified by the economic and social issues of living in the suburbs. They seek something to hang on to, foundation on which they could build their own self-image. It is almost natural that these young people who seek to establish their identities and believe that they have found it in Islam become servants of radical Islamism.
In this section, we will discuss several solutions to address the issues of radicalization, social injustice, and rising anti-Muslim sentiment through the Islamic social security system. For the first solution is enhancing Islamic social security to deter radicalization. First, enhancing the Islamic social security system plays a crucial role in preventing radicalization. Islamic social protection mechanisms such as zakat, wakaf and baitul should be strengthened to ensure that the basic needs of the people are met. When individuals are not living in poverty, are not marginalized, and their human dignity is preserved, they are less vulnerable to radical ideologies and propaganda. As a result, the likelihood of violence being used as a means of expression can be significantly reduced. For the second solution, addressing integration problems and the rise of anti-Muslim sentiment. Islamic social security also promotes social integration and inclusivity. Programs such as zakat, wakaf and takaful ijtima support the social impoverished, including non-Muslim, by including them within the system. By fostering justice, mutual respect and the pursuit of the common good, this initiative help integrate different communities, reduce social tensions and contribute to overcoming anti-Muslim sentiment in society. Last but not least, enhancing governance and accountability of Islamic social security. Strong governance and accountability are essential for the effectiveness of Islamic social security institutions. Islam emphasizes values such as amanah, transparency and justice in managing institutions like zakat, wakaf and baitul mal. Good governance, effective monitoring and fair allocation of resources ensure that assistance reaches those who truly deserve it. This also supports the sustainability of social security institutions and helps maintain public trust.
To conclude, Islam has a comprehensive social security that seeks to establish justice, equality and social welfare of every member of the society. It is based on the spirit of Maqasid al-Sharia, which focuses on safeguarding life, wealth and human dignity. The zakat, sadaqah, wakaf and family responsibility instruments are critical in alleviating poverty, preventing the presence of social disparity and the needy population like the poor, orphan and the elderly. In contrast to the traditional model, which are more state-focused, Islamic social security is a system that unites personal, community and institutional work, which promotes solidarity and sympathy. The fact that social security is practiced in Islam does not only enhance the economic stability, but it also enhances the social harmony and morality in social